Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys if you're okay with this camera. I'm filming right now on my iPad Pro, which has a little bit of a better camera than like a regular iPad or an iPhone. However, when I came back from my break, I did a few videos on my nicer camera, my vlogging camera, and I'm wondering if it matters to you guys. Like, do you even recognize if my videos are better quality in one or the other? Like, is it that big of a deal? Because it's definitely much easier to just film on my iPad Pro because that's where I edit. Whereas if I use a camera, I have to go through the process of like, transferring it over, which isn't a huge deal. I'm just curious. I'm happy to do either one. So let me know what you think. There's fuzzies in here. And that's all. Merry Christmas. Hi, Shanny Fannies. Welcome to Educating Shanny. I'm Shanny and I'm recovering from an eating disorder. Hi, Shanny. Hi. I need to give you pretty much a full life update, but we're going to start with the eating disorder stuff because that's what most of you are here for. So, welcome. So, this has been something where the past, I would say, 3 or 4 weeks, it's been kind of rough. Maybe even longer. It's kind of come and go, but recently it's been pretty constant. I hate telling you guys when I'm struggling with my eating disorder, when it's really, really bad, because the amount of different opinions I get in the comments is very overwhelming for me. I know that everybody's just trying to help, so I'm not mad about it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there are so many different thoughts and different ideas and different opinions, but just know that I also get really overwhelmed with like which person should I listen to, which comment, which treatment plan that other people think I need. So I think it's just best to keep that between me and my therapist and God and my husband. That being said, I have a very negative eating disorder update for you. So funny. So basically, I feel like it kind of started snowballing and getting worse when, after my doctor's appointment with the whole baby thing, I don't know if I want to get into it again because I don't want to start crying again. My birds are so freaking annoying. I'm sorry. I don't want to redo that whole intro. Do I have to redo the whole intro? I'm really sorry if they're bothering you. I'm really sorry. Just a few weeks ago, I think maybe a couple months ago, I don't know. I've lost track of time because I just don't want to think about it. I went to a doctor, and because I was supposed to get surgery for my endometriosis, I'm just going to sum it up for you real quick. I was supposed to get surgery to get my endometriosis scraped or burned out, or however you want to call it. It's just easier to say scraped. And in order to do that, I had to go and consult with the surgeon the day before. So I went to the consult, and he ultimately told me that my case was too big for him and that he didn't think I could handle the surgery. And he talked to me about doing a total hysterectomy. And then he talked to me about going to an oncologist for the oncologist to handle my case. And ever since then, I have been hiding from it. And I went to see my doctor today, and I was telling her this today, how the past 5 years I've been tackling all of my problems, my eating disorder, my mental health, my traumatic memories, my PTSD, working through the reason I do things that I do to myself. Like, I've been working at that for 5 years, but this one topic for some reason has stopped me dead in my tracks. I'm terrified that if I go to this oncologist surgeon, that they're going to say, we have to remove everything and there's no way you can have a baby. The guy that diagnosed me with gastroparesis a few years ago, he told me that I had a 1% chance of getting pregnant. And ever since then, I've thought that, and I've also kind of held on to that 1% because I've always wanted to be a mom deep down. The older I get, the deeper it's getting. But there was a time when that's all I wanted in life, was to be a mom. But anyway, so I guess I'm struggling with like, just, I don't know, just dealing with like I don't want to cry, just dealing with hearing. And I made a whole video about this just last week, I think, so I will link that below. And you can go listen to it if you want. But basically everything I talked about in that video is kind of what's been holding me back. And I think it becomes a lot easier for Ed to creep in when there's another reason in life to be upset. Okay, so like, for instance, I'm terrified of going to the surgeon because because I don't want to hear from him that there's not even a 1% chance. I don't want to be told we have to take out all of your reproductive organs, or be told you have cancer, or be told that you're never going to be able to have kids. I'm not ready to hear that yet. And so I think that Ed has been working extra hard on me and like tricking me, because that's what he does. He's an asshole. And he's just been like, well, if you can't even have kids, then why try and get your body better? Why not just continue your behaviors? Why not binge and purge for comfort? Why would you stop, right? Like, why would you ever stop completely? You always said that the one thing that would stop you completely is if you somehow magically got pregnant, you would drop everything. You would drop me. You would drop my behaviors that I make you do. You would drop all the voices that I spew at you with horrible messages. So if that's taken away from you, then you might as well binge and purge, because what do you need a healthy body for if you're not even going to be able to have your own kids? Like, that's, again, like, now that I'm saying it out loud, that's the stupidest thing in the world. I get how stupid this whole thing is. I get it. Like, this is stupid. But that's what Ed does. Like, he just takes whatever he can, and he just has to, like, dig in you and just make you feel like the most horrible piece of trash in the world, and I hate him. So as most of you know, I am primarily bulimic is my main eating disorder choice, but it's not because I like throwing up, it's because I like eating. Eating is my comfort. I was a binge eater from the ages of 5 to 13 or 14. And then I turned to bulimia because I couldn't give up the binge eating and I didn't want to gain more weight, so I turned to bulimia. So for me, the issue has always been overeating and going to food for comfort. So I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to explain to you what's been going on. My birds are driving me nuts. I'll be right back. Okay, anyway, so I think just dealing with like those thoughts in my head and feeling the sadness of like, you know, it's really hard for me, and I mentioned this in that video, but I'm going to say it again just because I don't, and this isn't to make you guys feel bad. You did nothing wrong. You guys are always trying to help, but I'm just not in a place where I'm ready to hear things like, you could always adopt, you could always get a surrogate, you could always foster parent, da da da. I think adopting and surrogacy and foster parenting is the most beautiful thing in the world, but for me, I'm not there yet, and so all I hear when I hear, oh, but you could adopt, oh, but you could foster, oh, but you could get a surrogate, is just currently a reminder of what I've done to myself and how bad of a shape I'm in. So it's not that like it's not that I'm against those things, it's that I haven't even mourned the fact that I wouldn't be able to have my own children. So until I do that, I don't even want to start thinking about another option, if that makes sense. So it's not that I'm against it. I know you guys mean well when you're saying those things, but just right now, unfortunately, it just makes me think of what I've done to myself, and that's my own problem, not yours. I'm just telling you because if you do want to help, that's something that would help me. Hi guys, real quick, it's me from the future editing this. I just wanted to say, while I was watching this and listening to everything I've been saying, I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to blame my eating disorder behaviors on you guys or anything else or anybody else. I'm just trying to simply talk through what I've been going through that I feel is what has been causing me to lean on my comfort, which is food. And I'm not like trying to put the blame on something else or anybody else. I'm just trying to do the best I can and get through this little rough patch. So I'm just trying to explain. That's all it is. So, okay, back to the video. So my eating disorder has been very overwhelming very recently. I would say the past couple of weeks, it's been constant. And there have been times where I've even like caught myself lying to Danny, and that hasn't happened forever. Like I've been honest with him about my eating disorder for, I would say, a solid 3 years now, and I've caught myself in the past couple of weeks lying to him. That's a big deal. That is telling me that I'm falling again and I don't want to get stuck in it. I need to work on this and just get over it. Like, that's just life and that's going to happen, and I need to grow up and get over it. So anyway, but today when I went to see my doctor, she confirmed for me that I probably don't have cancer, that the reason he suggested an oncologist was because oncologists are typically better surgeons. They're more well equipped to handle if my endometriosis is spread all over my body. They're better at handling surgeries with different organs and stuff like that, just to be safer. And like you guys have been telling me that, Danny's been telling me that, but it just, I don't know what it is. Today when I saw my doctor, it just validated that for me. And while I was telling her about the situation and what's been stressing me out and what's been causing my eating disorder lately and all this thing, and telling her how frustrated I am, it's really stressing me out because lately I can't go even a day, and that's not okay. That's not a good sign. But so I was telling her all of this, and she just her saying, listen, like I was shaking and I was like tearing up when I was talking to her, and she's like, listen, it's just not worth it. Like, you need to get in there and get it done. You need to go see the oncologist. You need to hear what they have to say. You probably don't have cancer. They wouldn't have let you leave the building if they thought you did. They probably just want you to have a better surgeon and blah, 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 blah. Like all the same things you guys have been telling me and Danny's been telling me. But for some reason, it just helped me to hear it from her, because I have the most amazing doctor in the world for eating disorders. She's not an eating disorder doctor. She's a family doctor, and she does OBGYN stuff. She just very recently stopped delivering babies. She did up until very recently. However, I know that if I were to get pregnant, she would deliver my baby if I asked her. I've been with her for, I think, 13 or 14 years, a really long time. She's seen me through a lot, and she's very real with me. That's just the kind of doctor she is. I have a theory, maybe she struggled with an eating disorder, or maybe one of her daughters did or something, because she knows things to ask that no other doctor would know. Like, she knows things that only if you've had experience with an eating disorder that you would know to ask. And that's why I love her. And sometimes I hate her, and by me, I don't hate her, but Ed hates her. Ed despises her. But that's because she's a good person, she's a good doctor, and she's not afraid to call him out. So I love her for that. Just hearing her say how proud she was of me, it kind of just reminded me what I was doing, to hear my doctor, who's like almost this motherly figure to me, even though I have like the best mom in the world. It's like she's a different type of motherly figure, because it's like she's sort of a motherly figure, but she's also a doctor. So she's also got like actual knowledge and facts and stuff. So hearing her say these things was like, really gave me a good boost. And really, I walked away today feeling really hopeful that maybe I can get back to where I was, and sooner rather than later. So I just really love her. She puts me in my place. She did that today, and I needed it. And so I'm gonna listen to her, and I'm gonna trust her. And not that I don't trust everyone else who's been telling me the same thing. It's just that I've put my trust in her for so long, and she's done nothing but help me for so long. And I feel like she cares for me on a personal level too. She's real, and she's honest, and she's encouraging at the same time. And I really appreciate that. So anyway, I just needed that today. And so, so I'm going to, on Monday, I'm going to call. We don't know exactly how big the surgery will be, because we don't know how far it's spread or anything. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, but it's possible and probable actually that I'll just wait for the surgery until Danny gets back. However, I will call and start setting up at least the consult, and I'll go see him by myself if I need to, and at least talk to him, and then set up the surgery for when Danny gets home. So eating disorder has been constant, but not for super long. So I feel like I can still get it under control. I will be getting a surgery probably the next month. I need to face this. I suck. I'm kidding. I don't suck. I'm just struggling. And that's life. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in a couple days. And remember forever and always that you are beautiful, you are worth it, and I am too. Thank you for watching. Bye.